As you can see, the NSA has a lot on cryptologic memorials and different ciphers of history, and so I read through these as well as this, which I thought was so interesting, different ways that people have tried to decode the cipher. Did a bunch of number generalizations and randomizations to try to see if they could just break out what was said out of the cipher rather than trying to actually decrypt the code, which I think was so fascinating. You can see that they used the Magna Carta, they used the Bible, they used all sorts of things to try to break this code. So this hurts my heart that most of the people that are involved in this have passed already, because I would love to sit down and talk to them about everything that I found. So as you can see, this is the Declaration of Independence as it was put in with the ciphers. This is not our modern day declaration because, as many people have noted, there are discrepancies between this declaration versus the one that we see today. Every word has a number associated with it, 1 to 10 for each word. And then as you can see, he goes by groups of 10 following that. So that way each word doesn't have a number associated with it, but you do know what it is. So this would be 21, this would be 30, this would be 31. Very simple. So most people know how the first one was solved. It's actually quite simple, just like anything else. Once you understand the key, then all of a sudden everything kind of falls into place. So on the first one, you would go 115, and then you would go down to 115. So this would be 111, 112, 113, 114, 115. And then you would just take the first letter of that, which would be an I, then go to the next one, which is 73. So here's 71, 72, 73, and you would take an H. So now it's IH. 24, so you would go to 21, 2, 3, and 4. So IHA. Once you put those together, and you put spaces obviously in between them, what it levels out to be is right here. I have deposited in the county of Bedford. A lot of people know this part. That's not what I solved. Here's what I solved. So as I was trying to solve it, I did pretty much everything that they've already posted in the NSA. You know, I compared common numbers with other common numbers. I tried to do word associations, and then I started realizing, whoa, I am doing this modern. I'm looking at this through a modern perspective rather than through a perspective from 200 years ago. 200 years ago, if you wanted somebody that you love to solve a key, you would have the piece of paper in front of you, and they would be looking at it, and they would say, what is the difference between this piece of paper and that piece of paper? Now, put yourself in that position. Stop thinking as somebody in 2024 or in 1970 and start thinking of somebody as in 1850. So I was like, okay, if I had these two groups of numbers in front of me at that time, what's the difference between them? And that's when I figured it out. So before I tell you how I did it, I really need you to look at these numbers and have genuine compassion for the amount of people that have tried to figure this out, because honestly, it would annoy the ever-living life out of me to now know in 2023 how simple this is once you figure it out. So I need you to remember how it feels to look at these numbers and just have your head go, I don't get it, because that's how everybody has felt about these numbers for a very long time. And just like anything else, once you look at an answer key, all of a sudden it becomes really obvious. Compassion. Okay, so I started reading them out loud. I was like 115, 73, 24, 807, 37, 52, because that's the way my brain works. And then I went to the second one, 71, 194, 38, 1701. And I went, oh, goodness, bless it. These numbers are bigger than that one. Okay. Additionally, I keep seeing the same numbers over and over again. 117, 711. Huh. I wonder what would happen if I erased the first set of numbers from the second set of numbers. So what I did was I erased the first set from the second. Not erasing them as in subtracting, but literally erasing them. So imagine those were the first 5 numbers, 11, 8, 5, 4, 3. And then these were the second set of numbers, 11, 5, 7, 3, 24, right? So we would erase this first set from the second set. So erase the first set from the second set. You got a 5 left. Erase an 8. The next time you see something, 8, you would erase it. Then a 5, following the 8, the next one you would see is a 5. Then a 4, that's very close. then a 3. And you'd erase it. And you start with the first number. The second set is 115. Erase the first 11 from it, which would result in 5. Move to the next number. So I just made sure that I proved my work. Now, as you know, each word has a corresponding number. So find the corresponding word to the corresponding number and write out the code. If the code were 1, 2, 3, the answer would be when in the. So we're using the last code, when in the. So there's a lot of people who say that this is a hoax because it never turned out to even equate to one word. Like there was never an actual word that was translated from their code. Sometimes it was consonant, and they tried to turn it into a word. Well, when I did it, this is what it translated to. Every day counts. So when I saw actual words being formed, I freaked the F out because it wasn't constant. These were real words. And it said every day counts. 29 is the first 19. 29th of May, 2021 are more of my most loved 29. What that means is that's another code. I know that for sure. This was the big part for me. All the 3-letter words will help you start on this adventure. Remember, you only have 1/29th of a year to accomplish everything you want to in life. Yes, friends, that's the Beale Cipher.